teach you the tools so you're not subject to getting burned by one of these charlatans who comes out and says,
plantation days, South Carolina or North Carolina, one or the other. It follows one family from slavery up to modern time, and how all the sons have records and they've all gone to penitentiaries and all that. What is the name of that? It's a very good book. But one of the things it points out, the root of the whole violence thing is these people in those days, pre-Confederate War, if you were playing cards and you thought the other guy cheated, you called him out. You just went out and shot it out. I mean, honor, and you hear this among blacks when you know respect is a big deal. They want respect. Even as a cop, one of the things I learned early on is treat everybody with respect. Even though you're going to arrest their ass, you treat them with respect, and they resonate being treated with respect.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Yeah. So that traces. It's a really, really good book. I can't think of the name. I got it at home, but it traces.
It was a weird name.
It is kind of an odd name. Yeah.
You talk about respect. You know, when my father was on the job, he didn't care what color you were. Black, white,
kick all their asses.
Hispanic, and Asian.
Yeah.
You know, if you were disrespectful, he went upside your head, because I know that firsthand.
Yeah.
Because
you grew up there.
Because that's what he did to me too.
Yeah.
One time I was sitting at the kitchen table. I said something to my mother. It wasn't really bad. It was just offhanded. Next thing I knew, I was sitting on the dining room floor. He came across the table
where you woke up
like Batman. Yeah. So you know, people have to understand the police mentality.
Oh yeah.
They really do, because even Johnson said, he said, you know what? It's a split-second decision.
Antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the body. These antioxidants also work to reduce exercise-induced oxidative stress to help your body recover faster. Tart cherries also contain naturally occurring melatonin, known as a key ingredient to a good night's rest. To learn more about the science behind tart cherry juice, check out
Mike Tyson.
There's a great quote. Remember Mike Tyson?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of a whack job.
He bit off
Evander Holyfield's ear.
Yeah.
He once said, remember now, as a young boxer, he was a killing. Nobody beat him.
Oh yeah.
He just boxed too. He boxed too long.
But over the past years, responsibility for retirement got shoved onto your back. IRAs, Keos, 401ks, and all the other alphabet soup of investment options were thrown to you with the happy statement, you're now in charge of your own retirement. The problem is, money doesn't come with an instruction book. Well, here's the instruction book with no biases, no conflicts of interest, a pure purpose to promote and provide financial education. Welcome to the Society to Advance Financial Education, a 501c3 not-for-profit organization created and sustained to help you, real people in the real world. When you need a friend in finance, someone to explain things and make them understandable to you, you need SAFE. We have spoken to hundreds, thousands of people in transition, men and women dealing with retirement, college planning, divorce, death, transitions of all kinds, and we are there to help. Visit safefinancial.org on the web and become a member. Let our educational tools help you.
AM560 The Answer.
Welcome back to this great edition of the Steve Beeman Show. This is Carol Parisi and Steve again. Quick, fast. And put your glasses on the right way.
Give us a note at carol@stevebeeman.com if you like my glasses like this.
You're so funny. Oh my gosh, we're having way too much fun here today. And we discussed some pretty serious topics, Steve. I mean, initially 21st century solutions to 21st century problems.
And these are real problems, folks. We're transitioning into an economy that's never existed before. This is uncharted waters for all of us. So we've got to come together and find solutions from people. Again, I go back to Clint Eastwood in Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I think it was the Good, Bad, and the No, it wasn't Good, Bad, and the Ugly. It was the Outlaw Josie Wales when he said, governments don't solve problems, people do.
Well,
or governments don't live together, people do. Point being, we as the people have to come together.
Well, and it was the Dead Poets Society. But
Did he fire 5 times or 6? And to tell you the truth, and all the excitement, I lost count myself. But since this is a 44 Magnum, the world's most powerful handgun, and can blow your head off with one shot, I'd ask myself this question: do I feel lucky today? Oh, do you, punk? The best part of that is he goes, I gots to know, and he goes, click. I love it.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood. Yeah.
Classic.
He was in the class of Bullet and all those guys. The sort of.
I don't think I ever saw like the whole movie that came from, but I saw like the extended clip where the waitress is putting like a cup of
sugar.
cup of sugar
Yeah,
in his
yeah,
coffee,
yeah.
and then he
goes
takes
out
a drink and he's like,
yeah. And he goes, and actually that was a different movie, but yeah.
no, I thought it was the same. I thought that was how she tipped
the
him
one
off.
with that thing is the bank robbery at the beginning. He's eating a hot dog, and there's a guy arriving the bank across the street, and he doesn't want to go. You know, he says, I don't want to do this. But the guys that come out and they got guns and shit, he goes, oh crap. He puts it down, the hot dog down, draws out that big 44 and goes across the street and just.
You're talking about sudden impact?
Was that? I never remember which name is which. The bank job with the, I know what you're thinking.
That's the beginning of the
Is that
one with
Sudden
Cagney,
Impact?
right?
See, he's got so many of them. They're
I
all
know.
the same.
And they never called like Dirty Harry 1, 2,
No.
3.
And then the other one that she's
That would be
talking
too easy.
about
Yeah.
is he goes in the diner reading the paper.
Right.
And then she's
And
pouring
the waitress
sugar in
is
here.
dumping sugar in there because
Yeah.
she knows something's about to go down.
And he walks back in the side door and he's what's cool about him is like just calm.
Yeah.
And they go, what the f- you doing here? And he goes, every morning. He's so calm. Every morning. I come in here, I get a cup of coffee. It's black. Today I come in here, I get a cup of coffee. It's all sugar.
Yeah, but he knows the waitress, and he goes, Janice,
Jed, right.
there's
Yeah.
sugar in it.
And he says, now, you boys just put the guns down. And they go, what? He says, well, you don't think we're going to let you just walk out, are you? What do you mean, we? And he goes, you know, me, Smith, and Watson.
It's
Great. This is
We don't have the right cable.
yeah. The writer just, he wrote to cops. Clearly, he was writing for cops because it's just classic
Yeah,
shit.
I use that line all the time because when I go out of town, people know I'm either from New York or Chicago. So the first question they ask me is, where are you from? New York or Chicago? And I tell them Chicago. The second question they ask me is, did you bring a gun?
Did you? Oh, yeah.
And I say, yes, I always carry Smith & Wesson.
I'm in Japan, and I'm being introduced to the governor of the Aichi province. His name is Kanda. Speaks no English, so they're very formal, bowing, all this bullshit. So my guy is interpreting. He goes, David Lombardo, Aviation International, Chicago, and Kanda goes, Chicago, and I go, hi, and he goes, Chicago, like. And he asked my guy, he says, ask him if he knows Al Capone. How old do I look? Al Capone, for God's sakes.
Don't ask that question.
Really, Al Capone? No, I don't know Al Capone.
I
Yeah.
got a buddy that lives in the Carolinas now. So I went down, got my license there to teach. Then I subbed. We were going golfing. When he was working, I'd sub. So the kids all know I'm not from down there because they talk,
You don't talk like you're from any Carolina.
Yeah, they say, where are you from, Mr. Doozer? I said, I'm from Chicago.
And you say Chicago,
You're
which
from Chirac.
Chirac,
You're from
yeah,
Chirac. Every one of them. You're from Chirac.
yeah, yeah. But Chicagoans say Chicago. South side. You're South side, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah.
North side is Chicago.
Which reminds me, eminent domain. I know the Trumpsters for eminent domain,
You're right. So, give or take.
which I'm
Give or
not,
take. No, I got you.
being that my family was affected by that.
Eminent domain? What did they take for?
Well, we originally lived at 2626 South Emerald.
Okay.
When the
What is it,
expressway,
the Ryan?
the expressway, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't like filing bankruptcy.
Hey, Augie.
Yeah.
He's gonna be announcing your name. What's it exactly? Is it Doozer or
Doozer.
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 Like this.
Doozer.
So it's very
Precise.
precise.
As long as you're close, listen, nobody ever gets it right, saying or spelling, so I'm used to
reading it
it.
as Doiser.
Correct German is Deutsch. Right.
But yeah.
But nobody in America.
I pronounce it
It's an
correctly. I spell it correctly.
Americanized.
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody in America is smart enough to be German anyway.
That's right.
We already claim it. You're the one sitting down in the Mediterranean, lazing your ass.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I'm Sicilian.
I own it.
There you go.
I own it. I'm Sicilian.
That's trophy.
I got hardware.
I just don't have the hair.
It's a very
My father had more hair on the
Oh,
palms of
shit.
his hands than I have on my whole
precision
body.
trophy.
Really?
Oh God, yeah.
Curly?
Short, portly, furry.
Heavily
Yeah,
engineered
Sicilian to the
precision
core.
trophy.
Yeah, my buddy's got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I'll put a note on Facebook.
I'm trying to get it back. Although I'm sometimes German and sometimes not German, depending on how many N's people put on the last name.
What is it if it's only one? Like
I guess I'm an honorary Jew.
Hoffman.
Either that or I'm a scared German from the World War I
Yeah,
era.
yeah, Hoffman.
Hoffman.
You're one of those South American.
Herr Hoffman.
Oh, not Hoffman.
Yeah, Hoffman. That's a Schloss.
That's scary.
I love those old German movies.